I forgot it again. There you go. Hey, good morning. Welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Steve. Hey, this is Woodworking Masterclass with a bit of culinary expertise thrown in. Well, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Who we got in? Oh, there, Lucas. First thing. G'day, Trevor. G'day, Prunella. I knew you'd be here. You just want to watch me make a mess, don't you? Hang on, I've done something to me. I'm a little bit out of shot. Wait a minute, let me just get me something that'll stand upright. There we go, that'll do. Prunella, Brian, good morning. Chad, g'day mate, how are you? Cape 6, how are you? Nice to see you've been inspired to do some work, mate. Thanks for the email, appreciate that. Was it an email or a message? I don't know. Anyway, g'day Ray, how you going? G'day Wombat, got you this time, missed you last night or yesterday. Louise, hi. Right, hang on, I've just got to go and shove my camera over a bit because I've moved-icated it. So if I move it back there, that should put me right about in the middle. Dog's in the shed, he's heard there's food around. And what are you doing, Boof? You going to stay there for a bit? Good-o. Oh, I don't know if the nights are getting shorter or I'm getting busier. I tell you what, it seems no sooner do I hit my head on the pillow than I'm awake again. There you go. There should be more of us, you know. Should be more of us, Prunella. G'day, Dennis. Ruth, would you? Nice to see you watching again. Hope you had a good night's sleep. Mini Mad, g'day, mate. Oh, look, I had a Mini. No, it wasn't a Mini K. It was a Mini 1100 just before the Mini Ks came out. Awesome stuff. Then my mate, Jeff Hanna, maker of the Hanna cabinet, he had a Mini Cooper S for a long time. In fact, he's still got it. It's a white one with a red roof. There you go. Love Minis. Don't like changing clutches in them, but I love driving them. They're great. I will admit it because it was before. It was when you could do fun things that are now considered dangerous. I actually chucked a donut in the middle of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in my Mini. Crikey, it must have been about 40 years ago. But there you go. It was about midnight. There was no traffic. And yeah, I won't say what I've been doing, but I had a carload of mates and we chucked a donut and ended up at King's Cross. There you go. But no, Minis are good fun. G'day T-Bone, how are you? Yeah, mate, there's no way in the world I could keep that beat up to that bloke. I could have danced tonight and sent me the video. Thanks very much. I enjoyed it, but no, I couldn't do it. A Mark 1, 850. That's it. That was my, that's what turned me on to Minis. My sister and her husband bought a Mini. It was sort of, it was a horrible green, olive drab sort of colour. But that was an 850. Start button on the floor. The big gear stick that came out like that and went like that. Yep, no, they're all good fun. I could tell you a story if this wasn't a family show about a Mini. Needless to say, we drove for about 20 minutes, no, it was about 10 minutes down the road and realised we'd left the passenger seat by the side of the road, so we had to go back and try and find it. Anyway, that was, I'll leave that up to your imagination. There was a guy actually around here selling a Cooper S for $6,500. So he said, I didn't think you'd want it. I would have been there in a heartbeat. The one up the road sold, Cooper S. I think he had, it was a 68, and he had 38,000 or 28,000. It was a lot of money anyway. Yeah. And my engine, there you go, look, I know I'm reminiscing here, but my engine mounts went. And the only way I could get into second and top gear was to drive and then take your foot off. And when the engine surged forward, then I could get it into second or top. There you go. Mate, Mini Mates, weren't they great in the rain? Flap, flap. A newsagent used to have one of those and deliver newspapers. What? I haven't finished me breakfast yet, what's to go? Don't give me that begging look. Oh, no one's seen you this morning. Is that what it is? You're feeling left out. Wait a minute. You're not going to be left out in a minute. There you go. He's got a plank on his nose. There you go. Are you happy now? You happy? Everyone's seen you? Yeah, look. You can have a little bit, but I haven't finished. Gentle. Gentle. Good boy. Good boy. All right, you can have the rest of it. And we're making pasta. Do you know that, Bob? We're making pasta. You love pasta, don't you? You get all the stuff that ends up on the floor. Good on you. Oh, I know what I didn't get. I've got to get I'll ask Susie when she comes down for a segment. Okay, I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done last night. I didn't wake up until 5:30. So I'm slowly getting tired quicker and sleeping longer. Anyway, not a problem. But what I did do, I sprayed these. Just give me Bob Cam back. Oh, you're a media tart, you are, Bob. Here you go. Okay, I sprayed all these, so I've got to sand those back, then we can spray those and flock them. I actually, I might even flock. I know, I'll try something. I'll flock them when Susie's doing. No, I won't. I'll get the laundry basket when Susie's doing her segment, or perhaps she can bring it down to me. I managed to get one of them, they slipped too. Not happy, Jan. I managed to get one lot of edging glued up and I cut the other strips, so we'll do a bit of that. Actually, I'll show you why I like hide glue. Here's a great little demonstration. Why Steve likes hide glue. Let's go here. If I'm working here, you can see that. Okay, we'll do that shortly. What else have I got? Anything else to catch up? Dear. No, it's, I don't think I'm using the bandsaw, Bob. I wouldn't lie there. Okay, what I want a heat gun. That's what I want. And don't forget, today's Magic Monday. We're going to make pasta. Got all the stuff. Got most of it in the shed anyway. So we'll give that a burl, which will be good. But do a little bit of woodwork first. Why Steve likes high claps. Good on you. That's nearly my postcode, you know. All right. Here we go. Now I will show you what's going on. That one's not too bad actually. We'll clean that one up. This one, you can see here, it's moved that away and there's edge of the box exposed there, so I want to get rid of that one. And this one here, it's not glued right up into the corner. So what I'm going to do, and this is why I like hide glue, I'm going to heat that up, move it forward and glue it back down. So we'll do that. Where's a good vantage? Which one's got to go? This one's got to go in there. So if I do, because I'm left-handed, I'll do it this way. We'll pop this in here. Morning, Jared. Okay. Veneering hammer. This is my flash veneering hammer. Brass, ebony and Coca-Cola, not that you'd know. But if you want, we might do one of these later on. That's a real basic one. There's just a bit of dowel, bit of timber floating around and a piece of brass. Both work equally as well. So now, which one do I want to figure out which one I want to move in there? Right, this has got to come off. Oh, this one has to move in, okay. This corner here. So what we do is make sure it's plugged in, Noddy, and turned on. Heat up the blade a bit if you like. This is cake spatula. And then I can move that in where I want it. and hammer it down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I like hide glue. But this one, I think I'll do the same. I can move that in a bit, so we'll do that. This one out. Oh, you don't want to see me, so I'll go there. You can see the whole show there. Let's see. Oh, hang on, you might be able to get me in there. Oh, look at that. Cake spatula, icing spatula, whatever. Give it a bit of a, not too much. Then pop it underneath the veneer. And there you have it. Whoop. And a bit of rye there. So we'll go back that way and pick that up. Ow! Be careful because it is warm. And I'm going to have to make that a little bit shorter. The reason I love or like doing it thicker than I need it, I'll get the right chisel in a minute, is because if I shorten this, I'll shorten that quite a bit. So now, if I had it where it was, I've got a big gap here either side, but I can slide that in now, in between these two corners, and that'll give me a nice miter, and also covers the edge up. Might just knock that off a bit on the outside edge. See if that makes a difference. There you go. Now what I will do is put new glue on that. I could reconstitute that and heat it, but I've got the glue pot on, so it doesn't matter. We can do it. Whack a bit of glue on. Now I'm not going to glue both sides this time because this has already got glue on it. And you just plonk that in there. There you go. Repair completed. And we can move on. What I'm doing to clamp this up is, actually I might just use this. I will use this with a, as you can tell, these are heavy. Okay, so we'll just leave that there for a wee bit and it'll be good as new. When Derek comes in, if I miss him, can you let me know? Because Derek wants to know how to handle how to sharpen a spoke shave. Normally I would use my Tormek T8, but I understand that not everyone has one of those. So I will show you how to do it just using a stone. I'm just cleaning the glue off that with my Swiss Army chisel, as Brian likes to call it. Great things, you can pick them up in Goodwill stores or Vinnie's or whatever, cost you 50 cents. An icing spatula, I use that so often when I'm veneering, it's not funny. Okay, let me go back here. Where are we? G'day Paul, how are you? Welcome along to the chat room. It is, it's good and great hand wash, honestly. It is the best hand wash out. I'll show you because I wash my hands in it before I make spaghetti. G'day John, how are you? Okay, yeah, you can use that. The other thing, this is mainly, and I'm not being sexist, but for the guys around the place, that's surprisingly clean. If you haven't got one, use an iron. Don't grab the wife's best iron, or your partner's best iron, or your significant other's best iron, or your mother's best iron. It's go and buy a... Now, what I did, I bought Sue a new iron, then I pinched hers, you see. This is surprisingly clean. Normally that's filthy. The other thing I do have, if I've got a lot of mass, flat veneering to do, I've got a Elmer ironing press. Okay, got two. Bought one for Sue and I've got one in the shed. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I don't know if a hair blower would be hot enough, Prunella. Hey, Julian. G'day, Randy. Apple hash without heat, go and use domestic iron salt wrapped in... Oh, I never thought of putting brown paper around it. In that case, you could use your best iron. But I know that one, mine gets covered in glue very quick. Yep, that's it. You got it, Apple hash. Oh, also on the subject of sharpening, Steve, could you please show us how to sharpen round and hollows? We can do that. That isn't a drama. I've just seen if we've got... Yeah, I might do that one tomorrow, Ray, because my round files are up in the top shed. We'll see how we go, but round and hollows tomorrow, not a problem. Oh, for a keep, stay safe. Thanks, Apple Hash. Thanks for your input too, most appreciated. Just curious of those, hang on. This is Paul. Just curious of those who are viewing and maybe in quarantine. What projects are you doing in the woodshed? Yeah, let's have a show and tell. Take the pressure off of me. Good on me. Yeah, they tell me you can do clothes with them too, but I haven't done clothes for years. Steve, I have a job site table saw and the fence stinks. Anything I can do to make it better? Stinks or sticks? Or you don't like it? Yeah, look, in all honesty, a lot of those small contractor saw tables, I throw the fence away. And it's a bit of a pain, but I'll use a straight edge, whether it's a straight bit of plywood, and then I just clamp it each ends. And that way I know it's not going to move or wander on me. Just move, still waiting for freedom so I can buy timber to make new works. Going crazy. You going crazy thinking about your new workshop? Oh, hello, Bob. No, Bob's going there again. Oh, Shaz, g'day. You want to go out again, mate, do you? You got the wanders. He's not used to this. He can't read the news, but he knows something's up. Brian's going for a coffee, half his luck. Oh, don't say that to Prunella. listening, watching these streams and reading the chat make doing my boring glue up work much more. Mate, what do you think I'm doing it for? Makes my boring box making much more fun. Oh dear. Okay, well when you get to this stage, you got to trim it. So let's trim one. This is a bit of 800 wet and dry. So all I'm doing here is just stropping basically my blade on it. You can, I did. Where did I find it? There you go. I was looking for another strop, my Harold and Saxon strop. Trent, can't find me strop, mate. Need another one. It's around somewhere. But this is a four-sided one I made, yeah, ages ago. So it's got soft suede there and hard there. And from what I've been told by the boffins, it doesn't matter if you're using the soft edge or the hard edge, it will strop just as good. I personally like the softer edge. When you're cutting veneer like this, don't have it flat on the table like that. What's all cam's going to look like? Let's just bring this around here. There you go. Grab just a little bit of timber or something or other, which you're bound to have lying around the floor like I do. Pop it under there. Move those. Oh yeah, I found another box yesterday that I hadn't finished, so I got on and finished that. What that does is when you press down this edge here, it gives you a much nicer line where you're going to be cutting. If you're dead flat, you run the risk of pulling veneer out or cutting in to the side of the box down here. So by raising it slightly on the other end, pushing down, and remember, take it slow. Okay, that's the other thing we'll do first. Oh, I should have head cam too, I'll turn my GoPro on. Doing what I was doing then, you do run the risk, when you come down here, this is straight grain down here, but this is short grain here, you run the risk of breaking that out, which can interfere with the look of the box on the inside. So what we'll do prior to that is, if you haven't got a carving chisel, just use an ordinary chisel. But, oh, that might do. I'm just going to knock that corner off. Actually, I think a 7 would be better than a 5. And don't forget, we got Susie's segment. There you go, that's good. Oh, so just pop that near the corner and take it off pretty close. Or if you don't want to hit it, you can just do it like this. Then when that knife comes down there, it won't catch and pull this part out. Look, I'll do it with a straight chisel as well. I'll just, normal cabinet chisel. Well, not a normal cabinet, an extraordinary cabinet chisel. Okay, so I've got that on the miter. Just roll it. And you've effectively taken that right out of the equation, so you're not going to get into too much trouble. And there, I just broke that away, which I didn't really want to. Isn't it nice being live? All the mistakes. Tell you what, if you had an ego, it'll go out the window. You just got to deal with rubbish as it happens. And that's it. I know. What's going on here? Oh, I've got that stupid thing on the mouse. You press it, and all of a sudden it's an arrow and a ball, and it flies up. There we go. Well, there you go. Well, okay, so let's stroke it. Don't try and do it in one cut. As Jeffy used to say to me, if it takes 728 cuts, it'll take 728 cuts. But what will happen when it does come off, it will come off nice, just in the middle there. There you go. It comes off in a nice straight piece, which gives you a nice edge along there. So as you can tell, there's no point in rushing any of this. And believe me, I'm not a control person. I would love to rush it and find shortcuts and rip into it, but history has taught me that if I do, it's going to take more time to fix it. So just take your time. If you're a little bit out, it doesn't matter, because we'll clean that up with a sanding block. This is hand sanding, folks. There's no orbital sanders, orbital sanders, drum sanders, linishes, or belt sanders. I think this covered them all. Used because you'll wreck your job. Okay. Depending how badly or how much you've got on the inside, I might start with 100 grit and we'll just see. I've found, rather than try to plane that or clean it up with a chisel, you're much better off hard surface plywood, hard surface. When you put your sandpaper on, grip it like that, and then pull it, stretch it over here and then over the side and hold it. That way you won't get any belly and you won't get catches. A lot of people, when they put sandpaper on, they do this. And they hold it like that, and you see, whoops, that part there will get veneer underneath it. It'll tear the paper and it'll rip your veneer out. So hold it there, stretch, fold. Then that's going to be nice and firm. Good morning, Max. Yeah, I know we can do that. We can do that, Paul. Not a problem. Cock beating. Well, there's two ways I do it. If I've got a lot to do, I will use a router. I'll show you the bit that I use. If I've only got a little bit to do, I'll use a hollow moulding plane. Now, if you can't get right in the corner, you can use a knife or a very sharp chisel, and it will get you out of trouble. There's a couple of tricks too with fitting cock beating that I'll cover. It was Paul, wasn't it? So just remind me, we won't do it today, but remind me, this week's going to be a bit, okay, I've got a little bit coming away there. So the only way I can fix that, super glue. So I've always got super glue on hand because it's good stuff. I just buy it by the card load. Although I do have that Star super glue, I think, and I'll do that later. Okay, so try not to break it off. Just put a nice bead of it along there. Oh, got one here too. Real bony stuff, this. And you could use masking tape, but I have found using masking tape, the masking tape really sticks to the job. sometimes, not always, but sometimes, oh, that was, I'll show you that in a minute. That was one of my, what are you doing, Bob? His was. Okay. And we'll bring this one over here. That can hold that. So that means we'll have to work on this one. Here, where is it? Here you go, you'll all die laughing. You're allowed to. I can't find it now. Oh, here you go. Look at that. That was the first, when I was doing professional speaking, that was the very first CD I put out, and that was after I'd worked in a jail for a couple of years and turned the business around from $500 a week to $1.8 million in 18 months. And what have we got here? There you go. That was me when I used to wear a suit and tie. Hey, it was a bit of hair ago, wasn't it? Oh dear, it's all fun. The things we do in life. I actually found a couple of books I wrote, and I thought I might even start reading those and put them up on chapters. Might do that, don't know. Depends how long we're shut down for. Okay. Now, this has got a great big overhang. So if I find the grain direction, which is running that way, I can peel it all the way. I wouldn't go the other way because then I can catch and rip right into the box lid, which I don't want to do. Whereas going this way, I've got more control, hopefully. And look, woodwork isn't making something perfect, it's fixing one mistake after another. That's basically all it is. And if you want to make something perfect, not make any mistakes, try folding a piece of paper. That's about all you're going to get away with. But even that, you can fold it the wrong way. That was one of the corporate games we used to play. We'd get, I'd get 4 people out of the front of the auditorium or whatever it was we were using, give each of them, you can try this with when you're allowed to be with more than 2 people, you can try this with people, it's really quite interesting. You give people 4 bits, a piece of paper each, just a piece of A4, and then you blindfold them and you tell them to follow your instructions, and you give them explicit instructions, and they're all the same. And the instructions are along the lines of fold the paper in half, now turn it 90 degrees, fold it again, fold the diagonal, so fold it corner to corner, then fold it in half. And they all do that, and then you get them to take their masks off, and you get the audience to agree that they all followed exactly the same instructions, and yet the creases on the paper will all be totally different because we all interpret things differently. So when I say fold it in half, someone can fold it that way, someone can fold it that way, someone could fold it that way. Very interesting, because I used to specialise in communication and rapport building. I keep on half thinking I'll go back to it, but nah, I must prefer doing this. All right, we'll leave that there for the moment because we'll wait for that super glue to dry. So what else? Is Derek in the room? Derek, are you there? Please tell me if you are, because then I'll do sharpening the spoke shave. Yeah, hang on, let me, where are we? I'll get down there. I'm heading down. Hey, Kraken, welcome. Yeah, it's true. I've got to have them finished by Friday. So I'm a little bit behind, but not that far behind. Okay, I'm going to have to jump a heap. So if there was a question there, and you do have a question, and I miss it, if one of the mods can remind me, or please you post it again. Night, Dennis! Yeah, well, it wasn't that so much teaching. It was teaching, T-Bone, but it was a business. A business had taken it over. They had a workshop, a huge workshop in there, 35,000 square foot of workshop, machines and everything. I had 35 to 40 inmates as staff. And when the prison staff run it, the best week they ever had, they did $500 and everyone was all excited. And everything else, I think the best week I had was just over $60,000. Same workforce, everything else was the same, different approach, and I did have a different marketing team behind me, which made a heck of a lot of difference. But yeah, some very interesting stories came out of there, I'll tell you. Yeah, thanks, bro. All right. Hey, did I show you this one? You want hair? I showed this one the other day. We dug this one up. Oh, actually, this was exactly the same time I was running the workshop. There you go. That's the same time I was running the workshop inside the jail. Yeah. Oh, only to have those locks again. Here we go. Yeah, it's either that, Prunella, that the timber's not the right shape, or the idea you have in mind doesn't fit the timber. You see, you got to look at it from both angles. You don't know. I'll tell you what, whilst I'm talking here, we'll give this another coat of oil. Oh, this is a frame we did, I don't know, I think we might have done this on Monday or Sunday last week. I've got no concept, literally, no concept of days. I said to Sue, is it Wednesday? She said, it's Monday. I said, what? I said, it was yesterday, Sunday. She said, yeah. I said, didn't feel like Sunday. Oh dear, okay. So, this is just pale boiled linseed oil I'm putting in here. I'm getting very, very close to putting a wax finish on it. And I'm still trying to get to the bottom of this pile of rubbish we've got in one of the other sheds where the glass is. And the reason I use steel wool is it actually cuts into the layer below and just joins the layers together. Even so, I think boiled linseed will automatically connect with the one below, but there you go, that's looking all right. Getting a little bit of a sheen on it, if I can get the light. Look at that! That's pretty special, isn't it? Ah, chuck that one over there. I don't know where Susie is. I might have to go and give her a bit of hurry on. I might do that in a tick. Well, it would be cracking when you think about it, yeah, if you're using ordinary wood. I like that idea. I did. Oh, mate, I tell you, I was wearing $2,000 threads and $500 pairs of shoes. Now I've got $5 t-shirts on. Oh, the rubbish you used to go through in corporate world to fit in, to belong. $50,000 cars, and no one cares. It's not real. It's all facade. I thought that was the boss. It wasn't. It's the other boss. It's a four-legged one. You go and get Mum. Who remembers Rin Tin Tin? Don't I wish he was like Rennie? Go and get Mum, Rennie. Go on, go and get Mum. Nah, what, there's food around. You're kidding, aren't you? I'll wear a blazer for you one day. I'm not putting a tie on, though. Depends. What? Yeah, you could use that brasso trick, Mike, that I showed you the other day. Only that's before you put the wax on. And really, wax isn't meant to give you a nice high gloss. It's meant to give you a deep lustre. So, yeah, just good bit of rub. I don't particularly like Canuba wax, but people say you get a bit of shine with Canuba wax. But for me, I just like that soft sheen rather than a shine. There you go. Steve, turn your chat timestamps on if you haven't. 3 dots on the top right to chat. Click on top. What do they do? Where are we going? Toggle to, okay, what have I done? Hey! 2 thumbs up, Ray. I can see what people said then. All right. So I'm only running 10 minutes. 4 minutes behind. That's all right. That's cool. Max, you didn't see a post Trevor put up obviously on Facebook. He said it's not a workshop without a lathe. And I commented, if it's got a lathe, it's a wood turning shed. If it doesn't have a lathe, it's possibly the house. Yeah, that was me. Wild man of Borneo, that's it. Thanks, Bob. Well, at least someone knows who Rennie is. All right, hang on, I'll just go and... hang on. I'll give you all cams. There you go. And then... There you go, that's a challenge. You can play I Spy with that. I'll just go and see what Susie's doing, if she's coming down or if she's up to her eyeballs in mask. Won't be a tick. Oh, you're down there already. You're quick, aren't you? Oh, yeah, then they can't see you. Hey?
They can't talk to me.
But they can't hear you, they can talk to you.
That's right.
Do you know what? I'm going to run the risk of getting hit here, but they, as in out there in Streamland,
Yeah.
they have the perfect relationship.
Have they?
Yeah, they can see you and they don't have to listen to you. Oh! Oh, I'm in trouble again. All right. What you got? I'm just going to wipe some shavings off your face.
That'd be all right.
All right, what do we... Oh, Bob, I'm going to cut one of his legs off. I am. Okay, where are we? Saying for today is... I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. And you should see the look I was getting when she wasn't on camera. She snuck in like a pro, she does. She's a... They call her Phantom, the ghost who walks. Give Sue her own mic. Okay, here you go. I'll do that. I'll do that. There you go. Now that's your mic, all right? Now hold up, show them. That's right. By the way, it's broken. Can you go and get it fixed? I don't know how much it's going to cost, but it's your mic now, so
I'll
you can
fix
get it.
you.
Oh, it's a family show. Go. Yeah, I know, mate. I'm hoping if I dig it deep enough, I'll be able to get out the other end.
I've been up.
Brian said, that's a whack across the speak hole. Said,
Yeah,
there you go.
Absolutely. So today's going to be a very quick one for me because
Got to go to the doctors.
got to take my son to the doctor's.
She's lucky she's getting out.
I'm making more masks.
And because got to check on his pneumonia.
Yeah.
But he's a lot better.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of other medical conditions
Yeah.
which aren't good, but at least it looks like that other one, which was the most life-threatening. What?
Oh, I had something crawling up my leg.
Yeah, it'll turn back.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I learned you don't. You go boom, ah. Oh, see. But if you're an ant, that's a death sentence.
It is.
For me, it's a sore hand. In fact, I've got two sore hands now. I've got the hand that I slapped that's sore and the one I slapped it with. So it's
Silly
better.
billy you.
It's better when you slap it because it only hurt half as much.
right, okay.
There you go. Max says g'day. It's on for young and old, mate. It's never been off.
Anyone would think I
That's
was
it.
up for husband abuse.
Well, at 35, you thought 43 years of marriage, I think that constitutes it.
Somebody told me that you get less for murder.
Yeah, but it's not as much fun. You can only kill them once. Me, you can beat up every day.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. All right.
All
That's
right.
it. So
I'm
you happy
over
with that?
here. Yeah.
So, yeah, when you come back, you let us know how Jono goes.
I will. Would you like your...
Oh, yeah. Can you bring some bolognese down? Because we're gonna make some... We're going to... That's it. I've got my own kitchen down here. I don't need to come to the house.
Good.
I've got a toilet in the other shed.
Good.
I've got a fridge. I've got a dog that loves me. All right, I'm going to stop. Get some
Bye,
mooch.
everyone.
Get some mooch. Fingers across when she does this. They do. Love you to bits. You take it easy on the road.
I will do, thank you.
Say hello to Maddie
I will.
and everyone else. What time will you be back? About?
I honestly don't know, love.
About 12:30, 1?
12:30.
All right. I'll most likely be streaming 12:30 or 1 anyway.
Well, do you want me to bring down the bolognese now or later when I get back? Well, I mean, you can easily get it
Oh, I could do that if I'm there by myself. I might go out and lie down. No, if it's it smells good. No, I'll come and get it. You can just slide my door, please. Keeps the air cool. Thanks, darling. Cheers. Oh dear. Okay, that's it. What am I up to? I can't do that because that's. Oh, actually, that might be dry by now. See? We'll see if it doesn't peel off. There you go. See, look at that. Well, perhaps you don't want to look at that. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Actually, I will. I'll set up the Zoom mic. The one I used to use when Theo and I were streaming. There you go. All good. Super glue to the rescue. But you see how easy that comes off compared to the other stuff. Masking tape. And we should be able to get that off easy enough. And feel with your fingers. Your fingers by far are the best gauge to if you've got any sharp edges around. I should really have a non-slip cloth under here, but I haven't. Okay, so that's all nice and smooth on the inside now. You just round over the outside. For that, actually, I think I'll go to, oh, what do I get? I'd like 220, so I've got, no, 180. I mean 180, I've got 120. There, that's what I want. And I'm going to use the soft side, the cork side. And you just go around there like that and fill that so it's all nice and smooth. On the corners. The other thing too, by putting a very slight arris on these edges, when you put the box together, you actually get an edge like that that's sort of rounded in where they meet. And so if there is any misalignment, let's see if I can find one here. Okay, that's one we took off the saw yesterday. And if, this hasn't been cleaned up yet, but if there was any misalignment like that bit there, by having that rolled edge on the box, it distracts the eye and you don't see it. So not only is it aesthetically pleasing and tactile-wise pleasing, it also helps you cover up a couple of slight errors that might have stuck in. Okay, so now I'll get some 180. Do the insert. Now be careful with this because sometimes there is a little bit of stray veneer and it will pierce your skin like a hot pin in butter. And your reaction is to go, ouch, and you'll pull the veneer off. So just be mindful of that. Okay, now that's nice, all the way around. That's what we started with. That's what we ended up with. A little bit of a dag hanging over there, and that's good. All right, so we'll put that to one side. I think we might make some pasta, hey? I'm all excited. I'll just have a break from woodworking. Oh, good on ya. Yeah, Tiz was. Just dropped me veneer hammer in a bucket of water. Still, she'll be right. It's all good. We'll need that for when we're cutting edges, because we'll do some more edges shortly. Just clear the way here. Okay. Need that. Well, I will when the telly goes off. Where are we up? Super glue takes the hard edge off, forms a shadow line. That's what it is, Brian. A shadow line. I like that. That's what it is. Zachary. Oh. Derek in yet? No. Simple way to hide the crimes. Pasta time, that's it. we're gonna make some pasta. Into it. It's for all these people that couldn't buy the processed stuff. Just, this is how easy it is to make. Very tactile. Love it. And you can do it with just about everything you got in the workshop. Oh, I do want to get a compressor in here. As soon as I'm allowed out, I'm going for it. Okay. What do we need? What do we need? You can use the mat I was using, but I'm not. I'm going to use this mat because it's better. You're right there, Bob. We need a rolling pin, which I made the other day. Oh, we'll take that one too, because we might do that. It's got rolling pin. It's Coachwood rolling pin. That's my ravioli roller. I haven't even tried yet. We'll give that a whirl. What else have we got? Need that. Let me see. I might do that. If I can't. Oh, there you go. That'll do. Oh! There you go, an old tea towel. And don't forget, you got your shop bucket of water. Oh dear. You can have it cleaner than that if you so desire. It depends. The moths are optional. You don't need to have a moth in there. But water's good value. Chuck that in there. That's all good. I can see people heaving already. Okay. So, it's a Jamie Oliver trick I got this one. Put that down, then put that on top, and it won't move. Now, measuring jug, some bum nuts, or cackleberries, whatever you want to call them. Some people call them eggs. Now that, see, multi-tool, that was what I used to mix my ebonising solution in, so it's all good. You can use all sorts of things around here. There we go. Depending how much you want to make, yeah, it's close enough to 2 cups, that'll do. Now, there are so many recipes around, but I just go by feel with these things, and it's good value because kids love it. You gotta, hang on, should we go there so you can really get in amongst it? Because it's tactile. You got to have fun. There's various ways you can break eggs. My preferred choice is a 1-inch chisel. But if you don't have one of those, a ball peen hammer's not bad. These are farm fresh too. Get out of there. These are from the farm. Look, I can prove, they're from the farm. They still got chook stuff on them. Or the other way, you just whack it on the ground like that. And I'm going to start with 3 eggs because they're pretty big. And we'll see how we go. Just stodge them up a bit, bust the yolks. Make a little dam in there, whack a bit of salt in, and then you just squidgy it all up. When you start, it feels absolutely disgusting. It really does. I'm going to have another egg in there because that's not enough. So we'll put another one in there. That's feeling better. And if it gets dry, I personally would chuck another egg in. If it gets too wet, just throw a bit more flour in. That's all it is. It's not hard. Can't be. I'd do it. And then you just fold it and fold it and fold it, and eventually it'll come together as a nice ball of mush. I try as a rule, I'm finding it helpful if you don't get hide glue involved in it, because then it takes this real weird taste on. But it won't kill you. Okay, you just knead it like that. See how it's coming together? That's not too bad. And get all the soft stuff. I mean, it's not hard to do. That's still a bit dry. Let's whack another boogie egg in there. See if I can do there you go, one-handed. That's better. Yeah, it always amuses me with recipes. They're so precise, but they don't take into account how big the eggs are or anything like that. Okay, that's starting to go well. Old Bob's sitting here, he's hoping some lands on the floor. All right, I might just put a tad more flour with that, wherever the flour went. La-dee-dee. What do you want it? You don't want it dry, but you don't want it sticky. So you just keep mixing until you... It's exactly the same as woodwork. It's a feel thing. You'll feel when it's right, actually. That's feeling pretty good. And you see how, because your hands are sticky, everything just comes off the mat so nicely. When I've got all this mixed together and I'm happy with the way it's mixed, well then I think I've got some Glad wrap over there, or plastic film wrap. We'll wrap it up and then we'll leave it sit for a while. An hour seems to be good. Yeah, the old Tupperware mats, they're good, I reckon. Whilst you're kneading it like this and laminating it, I don't know what it does, but it does something to it. Okay. That's pretty darn good, I reckon. I'm happy with that. Now, this I'll pop in the bin. Don't waste any of it. And before the council or the OH&S or the cooking police come round, I'm eating this myself, so I don't care. I'm not selling it. I don't know. I don't know. But Susie always has full pantry, so it's all good. I've never tried it with self-raising flour. I just use plain flour. Okay, get a bit of Glad wrap. There's 3 stages with this stuff. That's the other thing you can do if you want. You can put a little bit of olive oil or any sort of oil with it whilst you're doing it. I generally throw olive oil in the water when I'm cooking it. But yeah, so that's the pasta dough. We've made that. Then the next thing, what's the time? Yeah, in about an hour or so. The next thing is we'll make spaghetti, or I prefer, what's that long stuff? Linguine. We'll do that, and might have a crack at making some ravioli. Then we'll cook it. Oh, then it dries, and then we cook it, and then we eat it. So perhaps it's a 5-stage step. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Cooking 101, all over. I'll just go wash that muck off my hands because I don't want to get my woodwork dirty. Geez, I'll tell you what, that stuff sticks. And whenever it fills you up, it sticks to your ribs. Oh, and I've got hot water. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Cold water tap and I'm getting hot water out of it. So I'm on tank water. And what happens is the water that's actually sitting in the pipes below ground heats up. So when I turn on the tap, I get hot water. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh, I know what I should do whilst I was out there. Go and get a couple of hinges. That's what I should do. There you go. All done. I'm going to go and put that... What? I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to put that outside in the sun, away from Bob. And if the birds don't pinch it, we'll be good to go. There we go. Now. Do-da-bum. Bum-ba-da-bum. Rum-ba-bum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-da-bum. That over there. Oh! Wipe down your bench before you start doing woodwork, because you don't want any cross-contaminants. And don't use that rag because I'll just wipe my nose on it. And we'll use those later on. Let me just get a little bit of something. What's that? That'll do. A bit of that, and that'll do. How about that? Schmick. That will do. Where's my work mat? Okay, we have a go at fitting some hinges now. Here is a box. It's all been sanded around the edges. Hasn't been sanded around the edges on that one. Made a liar out of myself. Where's my mouse? Dear. I don't worry about getting into all the different O's and O's, just whatever's in the cupboard. But I haven't, as I said, I haven't used self-raising flour. Don't know what that's like. T-Bone, someone popping into the stream for the first time. What the hey? Yeah, it's fun, mate. I don't care. It's all good. Yeah, well, there's a go, Brian. If it doesn't work out, I'll just put sawdust in it and turn it into wood putty. I get mine from Coles or Woolies or IGA. Oh, we can do pizzas too. I used to manage a Domino's pizza store. I was a assistant manager for a Domino's pizza store back in, oh crikey, it was a long time ago. Would have been mid-80s, late 80s? Don't know, it was in the 80s anyway, when Domino's first came to Australia. So well, we can do that, that's all right. Oh, yeah, we should do some damper. Who said that, Brian? But I'll tell you what, when Sue and I first got together, we were that broke. I was in the army, didn't have a place to live. I was living in barracks. Sue was living in the back of the car, and I used to pinch food from the mess to feed her. And finally, when we sort of sorted out a place to live, we couldn't afford bread, and that's what we lived on, damper. She tried making bread. I think that's what we built my first shed out of, all the failed loaves of bread. No, and then we got into damper, and I think we lived on damper about 9 months. Then, of course, when we had kids, you have twizzle sticks and damper out in the backyard, and they love that. Oh, that's right. You know, I tell you what, we might do that. We'll slap a pizza out and I'll go and fire one of the forges up because I've got pizza ovens that fit over the top of the forges. Actually, James, damper is anything. If you're that hungry to eat that, you have flour and water. I like flour and water and sugar. And then you lather it on with butter and strawberry jam, and nothing tastes better. I'll go and see Terry get some Gidgee Coles, Trevor. All right, what am I going to do? I've lost me thread. Here we go. I've lost me sanding block. Oh no, there it is. There we go, there we go, there we go. It's good to do the inside of this one, and then we'll do some hinges, and I'll show you a little trick about if Derek doesn't come in, I'll sharpen the spoke shave right at the end. So I got a message from him last night. Could I show him how to sharpen a Stanley spoke shave? So if anyone else wants to know anything, Ray wants to know how to sharpen rounds and hollows, and that's fine, we can do that. And the Paul wants to know about making cock beating. So we can do that too. See, the other thing is knowing how to make pasta. It's a good skill to have, especially if you're locked in the shed. Just make sure you got a couple of bunberries and some flour, and you'll be set. Now, I mentioned before, some people, when they put hinges on, they get a sprung hinge. So I'll show you what I do to prevent that from happening. And even if I wasn't streaming, this is what I'd be doing. And there's a good example. You shouldn't do what I just told you not to do. But it's all right. It's not only is it fixing mistakes, it's understanding what you're doing and knowing what you can get away with. So I just made a mistake there, but you will never see it. So it's all good. Yeah, it's funny, you know. Susie's just left and I can feel it. It's really, really strange. But anyway, she'll be back soon. That's sawdust, nothing else. And we'll just clean up the outside. So we create a shadow brine. I like that. Because I didn't get everything done I wanted to do yesterday, because let's face it, I was tired. I am about half a day behind, but I think I can pick it up. So that's good. Okay, now you've got to work out, make sure you get the right ones with the right ones. So for example, if you look at the grain pattern there, these were made out of one piece of timber. You can tell that that grain doesn't marry that grain. But if you spin it around, that grain matches that one, I'm hoping. Yeah, and then you go to the side and they all match. So you know you're good. This one I don't have a choice because I've already put some marquetry in there. So flip it over, and these ones, have I? Yeah, there you go. These I actually stamped. There's a letter J in there, and then there's the same letter J in there. So I know that and that lines up. Everything is schmick. Okay, now let's have a chat and then we'll do some more. Yeah, oh, there's nothing better than charcoal. It's the crunchy bits. Rounds, hollows, snipe bills. Steve forgot to add the snipe bills. Oh, you don't want anything easy, do you? All right, we can do it. Yeah, I do mine slightly different to Terry. Again, I would use the Tormek T8 because I've got a profile wheel on there, but I'll show you how to use slipstones and diamond rods. Yeah, that's right, Brian. You can. Right. I've just got to get my head around what I'm doing. These are the ones I want to use, but I don't know how many I've got of them. Got 1, 2, and then I've got these horrible ones. Oh well, we'll use these to start with. Okie dokie. First of all, you've got to work out where you want your hinges to go. And that's a personal preference sort of thing. If you've got what I'm looking for. There you go. If you've got one of these, you can use those. If not, we might make a jig. Work out where you want your hinges to go, what looks good. Obviously, if you're using a quadrant hinge, you don't have a choice. You have to have it on the edges like this is a quadrant hinge. Where's the quadrant hinge? I did have a quadrant hinge here. Where is it? Well, that's interesting. I thought I had a quadrant hinge here. That one over here. Ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. No, let me have a look out in this area around here. No. Oh, no, they're the wrong size. Oh, I've got all of them. That's good. Oh, you go. That's a quadrant hinge. Oh, what are they? No, they're the wrong one. Hello, Bob. How you doing, mate? Nothing to eat in here. You're welcome to come in. And come in. There's a boy. Mum gone, hasn't she? Yeah. Okay, this is a quadrant hinge, and they're my preferred quadrant hinge. But I can't get them anymore. I think I bought these back in mid-90s, early 90s. They were $35 each back then, the handmade in England. The best ones I could get now off the internet, these horrible, cheap and nasty brass coloured ones, and they were about $1 each, but I haven't used them yet because I don't like them. But with the upmarket cigar box humidors I was making, which I haven't got one down here, that's what I'd use. And there's an art to mounting those because you have to channel the mortise down here and also into the lid for this quadrant to disappear into, and then they mounted right on the edge there, and you had to build up this section, which I've got one here I was going to do with quadrant hinges until I got this. If you can see that it's built up at the back, and that's how those hinges went. But we're not doing those, we're doing just normal, common garden variety butt hinges. So work out what looks good. That's all you got to do, what looks good. And I think that looks pretty good. So I have one there. And one there, yeah, that looks good. Okay, put a pencil mark. If you've got one of these, this or a 6-inch one, it doesn't matter. You just set that and forget it. But if you're anything like me in the workshop, you'll pick that up and use it for something else. So we'll make a jig. So I'll get that there. Go away, fly. I'll put that there. And we'll draw down there. And that's waste. So we'll quickly cut that. Yes, would have been easy to go over to the saw, but I'm lazy. So I'll use more energy cutting it than I would walking over there. Okay, that's waste, so we keep that for later on. This is good here. I'll cut that about there. Could go over to the guillotine and use it, I suppose. As you can tell, accuracy isn't paramount. Bit of the old Type Bond original because it goes off quick. Bit of glue there. Put that on there, take the excess off. And just for the time being, we'll whack that in the vise. With a bit of a squeeze, not too much because we want the glue to set. That one's no good. Okay, so which ones did I have? I can't tell the difference now. There we go. That and, ooh, it's tight. Ah, don't like that. There we go. I'll have a bit of lacquer on it. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Okay. Which ones are these? Yeah, they're all the same to me. So it is all good. They were just common variety, big box warehouse hinges. Nothing flash, nothing fancy. I'm just going to clean the glue out of there because we want that clean in there. Okay, pop it back in the vise. We'll just check to make sure it's square. That'll do me. I'm not sure the thickness of... There's two ways we can do it. I'll mostly do this the shonky way because it's going to be lined. Oh no, that's all right. If you look at that, that's the width. So what we're going, when we put this in, we're going to actually go right through, which is a lot easier to do. Now, line it up. So back and front are working. Let me have a chat first. What's the time? Oh, that's great, that time thing. I like that, Ray. Thanks for that. I'm going back 10 minutes. Hey, Wes! Oh, mate, the pasta has been made, but don't fret. The pasta's been made. It's out there sitting, rising, or whatever it does. And then I'm going to roll it, and then I'll make it. And we'll make linguine, and might have a go at, what's the other thing? Ravioli. But that's got to sit out there for half an hour, so in about another 20 minutes I'll bring it back in. We'll go back on the pasta. So there you go. Just to be on the safe side, Ray, I reckon you knock that one out. Resting, that's it, Prunella, resting. No, I've got it in a 44-gallon drum that I've got waste timber in because I figure Bob can't get that and the birds won't go down there to get it either. I don't know, Julian. I've never had anything stick in his mouth that goes sort of straight down. G'day, Angie. How are you? Love to have you in the chat room. If I'm doing anything wrong, just let me know. No, don't. You'll be talking all the time. General insanity, that's what we should call it. Woodworking general insanity stream. Yeah, yep, know about that one too. It's got something to do with the rose petal and dewdrops, hasn't it, Trevor? Yes, shush. Okay, Silver, how are you? Lovely to have you back. What Travis, do you see the coping saw suffering? What? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so let me get a bit of, there, look, it really doesn't matter what you use. My personal preference is this stuff because it's nice and it behaves itself. So, what we do is I'll get some of these little clamps here. Two should do, I think. You need a couple of little clamps. If you've got any spring clamps, they're handy. Let me just grab a spring clamp. Oh dear. Spring clamp. What else do we want, Bob? Round a bit. Oh no! I don't know if I've got one the right size. Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh bum, where's the other one gone? Oh, there you go. That's the one I was looking for. That was the one I wanted. Not real sharp. Anyway. Shibby Jake. Shibby right. And the trimmer. You can do all this by hand if you want. Personally, I don't want to, so I'm not going to. I'll put especially when you got this many boxes to do, you just want to get through the blinking things. Does anyone own a universal bandsaw? They were produced in Taiwan and looking for some information on upper and lower guides. I have both. Yeah, you can replace them. They're block glides. It sounds like the old Elephant brand one that was sold under many other different names. Is it grey or blue? You can get rubbing blocks and replace what you've already got in there, or you can get bearing upgrade kits, which I did have a set of them here somewhere. I don't know where they've gone now. But yeah, you can replace them with roller bearings. If you can spring for that, you're much better off to put roller bearings in because they're nicer than those rubbing blocks. My bandsaw I use in the shed here has ceramic blocks, and quite frankly, I do not like them. I would much prefer my Record Power and my Jet have bearings, and I much prefer bearings, albeit the Jet goes through 10 bearings every couple of months because that's how much a set is. Well, that's how many bearings in a set. But I much prefer bearings to rubbing blocks. What's going on here? That is just not tightening. That's interesting. Let me just make it a little bit easier and we'll get rid of that. Give it a bit of a clean up. I don't know if the collet said the Richard. No, it's all good. So we'll try again. I don't want to use this one, I'll tell you. None of they going to come out. Okay. Well, I don't think I'll be using. Now, what's the matter with that? Oh, well, I'm going to get another one. Oh, this is off my copy lathe. But I don't use it that often, so we'll see how we go. If I can find the right size Allen key. No. Okay, that one's too big, that one's too small. And that looks like the same size as that one. No, it's too small too. Well, that's disappointing. Oh well, doesn't matter, we'll just use a different size bit. Just means a little bit more cutting, that's all. Normal service will be resumed shortly. See, again, this is live. That'll work. And I can't find the other base that I like using. So we'll just have to make do with that one. Where's that bit of scrap timber I had from before? There you go, we'll use this. Okay, that should be, that's our jig. So now on every box, all you got to do is slide that up, mark, that's where your thing's going to go, so I'll mark that. Box, hinge, what's the date? 30th of the 3rd, 20, spacer. Okay. Get rid of this one. Oh, dear. Put this in here. Now the depth you want to go down is, they reckon half, but quite frankly, I like going just over half the depth of that knuckle. Not my knuckles, the knuckle there. So just over halfway. It's pretty darn close. I'm going to go skerrick more. Just a smidgen more. Okay. So that's just a little bit over half the depth. And what I'll do, I'll run a test. Get in there. Do a test cut and have a look. That might be a little bit too deep. I might just pull that back a bit. It's only a fraction. That should do it. Well, we'll try that again. Okay, that's pretty close there. So what we do now is do exactly the same thing on the other side. Make that a bit wider. Cut that in half. Sharp little saws, those, aren't they? And that knuckle and everything should fit in there without a gap. Like that. So that's joined there. A little bit loose, but that's all right, I'll live with that. The reason being, these hinges are pumped out and they're not really precision. Never get fooled into believing that that is 90 degrees, because I'm telling you it's not. Okay, so what I do... oh dear. It's what I like about you people, you're consistent. Yeah, I would too. I do not like them at all, Trevor. They heat up and, oh, yuck. Oh. I did all those hearts like that. Where's me clamp? Me clamping jigs up there is as good as gold. Good on you, Julian. Yeah, used to say, Theo used to say, people watch him doing wood turning the same reason they watch a car race. They hope there's not a wreck, but they hope there's a crash. Why don't I just use a chisel? Because this is a lot quicker and a lot more convenient and a lot safer in the long run. Who's on my side? Brian. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, get a length of plywood or cardboard. Cardboard will do. Just a little bit shorter than the length of the box. And then slice it. Like that. Doesn't matter. Then depending on the hinges, I either go 1 or 2 wraps of masking tape. I'll try one to start with. So you got masking tape between the 2, masking tape around the 2 strips of veneer. like that. Now, put that between the top and the bottom, and then get your little gauge, pop it there, and make sure both ends are flush. This is when I use the clamp that holds that in place until I can get a more substantial clamp on it. Like that, don't over tighten it. Make sure they're even there. These things, when they go horribly wrong, they go horribly wrong. So there you go. Now, flat bit of timber, just make sure that they're not poking out or anything either side. That's in the same plane. Get your block. You can, if you like, start with a pencil mark, but if you're feeling good, you can go in with a knife. Am I feeling good? Yeah. Okay. Now, get a hinge. These are both the same. They look slightly different to me. One's a little bit nicer than the other. Yeah, these are a bit nicer. And I always mark the top of the hinge. So in this case, as I'm looking to this box, that's the left-hand hinge. This is going to be the right-hand hinge. You want to go out, Bob? There you go, mate. And on the left, up the top, I mark an L. And if you can see that, I've scratched an L in there, and I'll put an R in this one. The reason I do that is because, as I said before, these are not precision-made hinges. The holes aren't exactly the same width apart, and they are not square. So if you have it like that, you know once you've drilled these holes and you've cut the rebates, they're going to stick in okay. I don't know what screws I'll use, but anyway, here we go. There we go. Right, so now I've got this one lined up on this line here, that line I cut in. I'll get my knife, hold it down, don't move it, and then scribe a line along there. Here's a good idea too. You chock underneath your box with something that's roughly the same height away from the box, from the ground. So I don't know how we're going to do that. Let's have a look. There's got to be another. Nope, half of that. Let's go with that. Okay, that'll do. So this is just to support the box lid while I'm doing the next part. Get a chisel and just Don't try and do them both together, one at a time. Because they're not square. If you put a chisel across there in one hit, you're going to square the line up. Whereas by doing it the way I just did it then, it's going to follow the line of the hinge. And we'll do the same on this side. What are we up to? I love that with the time. I can see now. I can see how far behind I am. Why be normal? That's what I reckon. Normal's average, and average is when the best of the worst meets the worst of the best. Sort of the cream of the crud. Yeah, I like being an individual. Did you run outside going, I'm free, I'm free? Oh, okay. So, same thing. Mark a knife. As soon as I've done this, then we'll move on back to the pasta. Has Derek come in yet? No? Let's go all cams. I don't know, but let's try it, see if I can get a close-up. There you go. So I've got that up against there. Hold it down, get my knife. Well, shift it a little bit. Doesn't matter if it shifts just a smidgen, but it's better if it doesn't. Now I'm just looking at that hinge, and I reckon if I put a square on it, it's going to be out to Billio. I made a liar. It's not too bad actually, but still, don't take it for granted that they're good. That way you won't be disappointed. And this is something, there is no shortcut to this. Believe me, if there was, I'd be using it. But you want to get it right, you want it done properly, this is the way to do it. All right, now, grab your router. And I haven't got enough room to do both of those together. Let me see if I can slide this across. Okay, all right. If you're going to use a trimmer, I heartily recommend increasing the size of the base. So the trimmer carriage I normally use, it comes out here and I've got a brass knob on it that I've got so much more control over, but unfortunately I don't know where it is at the moment. It's floating around somewhere. Okay, same to this side. Move the block underneath it. There you can separate them. No, I haven't sharpened my tools yet, Max. I keep on meaning to, but I never get around to it. I will, I promise. Okay, now you've separated, you can go down and then with a knife, just cut out that last little chunk. And don't cut towards you like I am. I'm not focused on this, I'm thinking about pasta. And there you have very nice hinge mortises that are square and cut. And we'll find out in a minute, but they're meant to match your hinges perfectly and give us a nice clean hinge with no spring in the lid. Someone said, yeah, look, you could use a chisel to do this. You could use an old woman's tooth or a Stanley 71, 71 and a half, a Veritas, Lee Nelson, doesn't matter. But remember, I got 12 of these to do. Even now I can feel myself wanting to rush it. But you've just got to resist that urge. Or else you're going to make more work for yourself by having to fix your mistakes. Okay. Hey James, if you wanted to put a nerve counter on me, I can tell you I'll blow the register away. Okay, now these should be pretty close to the same settings we had before, so that should be okay. Where's that little... Now if you look at that, I've put that box together and there's a gap here. So we just got to move that along until we get it. So there's no gap, a little bit too far that way. Okay. That should be close enough. Don't forget you've got your hinges marked. This is the left one. And this is the right one. Make sure the right is pointing up to the lid, or however you want to mark it. Get the spine of the hinge to be in the middle of the gap you've got there. Now you can either mark them, or you can be brave and just dive straight in and drill a hole. Now, I don't know if that's... Oh yeah, that's it. There we go. There we go. Now when I drill a hole for hinges, I generally use old school because I don't get into quite as much trouble. I'll do one in here first. There's various things you can do. You can use a punch to start off with, or you can use one of these retracting drill bits, if I've got a drill here. And you can, it'll self-center. So you've got to start. Now, I only put in, if I'm using 3-hole hinges, like one of those, I will only do 3 screw holes. In this case, I'm only doing 2, and I'm doing diagonally. Because if I'm out, it's much easier to fix than if I've drilled all 4 holes. So that'll fit in there. That's a, I don't know what's happened to my camera? Hang on, we've just gone. No, it's the other one gone. Oh, it fell over. There's me readjusting my settings, and it was just it had folded over. There we go. So this is a really small drill bit. Goes into that hole, and you just drill away, pull it out. With these little screws, the risk of spinning the head off is pretty darn big. I didn't even feel that when I fell over. The risk is pretty darn big. So, bit of the old Aussie Sunlight soap. A couple of rubs along the Sunlight soap with a screw. You get some soap in there. You pop that in there. And you try and find the screwdriver you got. And just get in there. I give it a couple of turns and then I'll turn, back it off, couple more turns, turn, back it off. That cleans the thread out. Okay. And I always set my screws so the screws will all be running along in a straight line. Same over here. Put a hole in. Drill down. Get some screws out, then I can do this without having to move the camera again. Bit of soap, fill the lands up, pop your screw in. Now what happens if you don't have that bit of plywood in there, you haven't got a gap here between the lid and the box. So when you try and close it, these two corners, the corner here on the box and the corner of the lid, jam. So when you close your box, you end up with a spring and the box lid will stay open about that long. You can tell when people have got them, if they're not experienced, they'll put a lock on the front, a little catch. And that holds it in, but it's not what it's there for. Okay, so diagonally opposite, make sure you don't go through the other side of the box. I can feel some spaghetti coming on. Put that one in there. Soap is good. So you can use wax, but I find soap works better on screw threads. Now, if perchance you do muff it and you've drilled all your holes and they aren't right and you're left with big holes that your screws won't go into anymore or bite, the way to fix it is either kebab sticks or shashlik sticks, toothpicks or matchsticks, and you put one or two of them into the screw hole, hammer them down hard. I've got to get a drink of water. Hammer them down hard with glue, let the glue dry, and then you've just built yourself some wood that you can then re-drill and re-screw. So it's not a lost project at all. As you might have worked out, because I know how to do that, I've done it a few times. Oh, goodness gracious, dearie me. Oh, I needed that. See how I'm going backwards and forwards? That lubricates the thread and clears it and prevents the head from spinning off, which can happen and has happened. If you're using Phillips head screws, it's not so bad, because if you want to dress your Phillips heads, you can do it in 90 degrees, whereas dressing a slot head It's 180 degrees. Okay. This is a moment of truth that should close without any spring, and it should be lined up. Everyone's going, I hope it doesn't. Ready? There you go. That's got a little bit of lip there, so all I'll do is just push this corner, and that squares it out. In fact, that's the lip of veneer I can feel there. It's not the box. So yeah, that is square. I'll just knock that bit of veneer off. Once you get to that stage, you can confidently put the rest of the screws in, and you're good to go. There you go. Okay, so there's no gaps. It's lined up. You see how with that little shadow, as Brian says, shadow line, if it wasn't quite right, there you go. If it wasn't quite right, you can get away with it. And you've got no unsightly gap at the back. Sometimes you see them, they've got a great big wodge of space where the hinge is sitting high. So that's a bit better there. When I get the other 4 in, it'll be good though. So there you go. Lesson 101 on fitting hinges. Takes time. Okay, let me go. You're right, it was too. They're having a grandpa nap, the camera that is. Yeah, no, it'll work with composite board. The trick with that is don't push it in too hard or you'll split it, and on the outside you'll have a bulge. Mate, those ones I just got from Big Green Box Shed. I bought, a few boxes of them. They are getting harder to get though. Let's get back to pizza. I mean, that's what you're really here for. Doesn't matter woodworking, who cares? Oh, and I've got to do that thing if Derek has, gee, whoa, thanks Max. There you go. All good. Just have a look at these ones. We'll put new ones in there too. One. Ah, there we go. We're good. 4 dead ones. How long was I doing the Marcel Marceau? Tell you what, I'm going through batteries on this. Hey, Vlad, welcome from Romania. I don't think I've had many people from Romania. Thank you so much for dropping in. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Can we... Oh, dear. Did I go quiet? Because both of them were flashing. Yep, 2 went in the receiver and the transmitter. Yeah, okay, now we're getting on the pass. Now I don't want to get food stuff all over me tools. Give me a break. Should be rested nicely now. Let me just tidy this rubbish up. Turn that off. Put that away. That can go over here. Oh dear. Hey, hasn't the morning gone quick? Only because I can. No, I'll leave that there because I'll be using those. Because I've got all those to do later on. Yeah, so think of me when you're kicking back, having a good time, enjoying your isolation. There's me fitting hinges. Oh. And I much prefer slotted screws for hinges and Phillips head, but I think the day is going to come when I won't be able to get slotted screws anymore, which is a great shame. But there you go. It happens. Yeah, the reason I wanted a bigger router bit for that is it's takes less time, I suppose. Okay. Keep that because I'll use that. That's a great trick, that one. Little bit of stuff between the top and the base. It will get you out of so much trouble. I've seen other woodworkers when I used to watch them on YouTube, and they'll make boxes and they'll be sprung, and I'll say to Sue, you watch that one. When they take the catch off, I'll bet you it opens 1/4 inch. Sure enough, it does. And it burns me because they've got more subs than I've got. By the way, if you're new to the show and you like it, I'd really appreciate a hit on that subscribe button. Okay. Wet tea towel. This is a great little kitchen trick, not just a workshop trick. We're back in the pasta now. Oh, dear, dear. I don't know if I videoed that. That was me making a rolling pin. That's out of Coachwood. Oh, feels nice. Oh, it's a nice one. Nice. There you go. All right, let's see if we can get all cams up so you can have some fun. Which one's that one? That one's that one's that one. Don't need a screwdriver for this. Need a bit of flour. And what I'm going to do is just cut that in half. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I bet you haven't got one of those in the kitchen. We'll wrap this one up for the moment. And this one, we will turned into sketty. Brian, my kids do that in the house. Oh dear. Oh, that's a nice one, I can tell by the feel. Yeah, you're right, Julian, we have. Have you ever seen that list? Difference between civilian friends and military friends. And there's, it's about 10 different things. I'll go here. And the one I really, really love was, there was 2 captions. One, you, ex-military, sitting in a cell. And your friends are talking to you between the bars going, you shouldn't have done that. That was really irresponsible. I mean, it wasn't appropriate. You should learn, you should know better than that. And then the other one's got the military friends. He's sitting on the bed next to you going, yeah, we shouldn't have done it, but it was fun, eh? Oh, dear, so true. So true. Oh, my rolling pin works. I'm impressed. Yeah, it feels good, Prunella. But I'm going to cheat now because I'm going to use a pasta maker. You could, what you do is you just keep on laminating it, right? Rolling it over and rubbing it together and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to get, my boys bought me this as a Father's Day present about 6 years ago. It's noisy, but oh, it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I love it. Here we go. Pasta maker 101. I've got to make some space here because I'm going long. And when I say long, I mean long. Now let me see how that looks on all cams. And if I'm out, okay, you want me, hang on. Yeah, okay, that'll do there. That'll do there. All right. Here we go. Oh, I better plug it in first, eh? That'll make it work better. Is it going to reach? I don't know if it's going to reach. There we go. What's that one? Don't need that in there. That can come out. That can go there. That can go there. Boom. Well, now I've got to move all the cameras around there. Oh, that's what I've got to do too. Got to go and get a spaghetti tree. I don't know how much it's going to be. Hello, Bob. How much is going to be there? But these are a couple. We made, I think Theo made a really nice one turned. All right. They're spag trees, so. I've lost one of my limbs. Doesn't matter. It's all good. That's a tacky one, this one. Oh, it'll do. Hang on, I might be able to take that out of there. And that might even fit in. Oh. I'll just see if I've got any other dowel over there. I don't know. Oh dear. Nah, I've got none of that stuff. Ah, it's all right, we'll use these. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. And we will put these. Where are we going to put these? Put one there. Put one there. There you go. Look at that. Okay. So are you ready? Here we go. It's important too to put a little bit of flour between them when you do that, and then they don't get all stuck up and horrible. No, that's not going to work. I'll do that one for a little bit. What was that, 2? Is it 3? Yeah, that's true, Ray. It might be more exercise, but I'll tell you what, with this you make pasta much more often. I'll do one more, I think. Then we get into what I enjoy, the fun bit. Now there's going to be a drama here, because I need Anthony. So I don't know how I'm going to do it by myself, but I'll give it a try. Okay, now, here comes the fun bit. Now I'm actually squeezing it, and you'll notice it will get bigger. And here's the trick. So there's tricks to everything. Here's the trick that I absolutely love. You stop it there. Right. Bit of water on the back. Slide it up. And bring that other flap over, and a little bit of water on that. Just like that. Now, we'll go all cams, because I can't do it any other way. No, we'll go these two, because I can't do it any other way. And here we go. We'll go to this one so you can, whoops. Very hard to operate cameras and do this at the same time, I'll tell you. Now I've got a gauge in the kitchen when I'm a certain distance from the sink, but I don't have a sink here. So I'll just go by feel. It's about now I call out for Anthony and he comes in and turns the machine off for me. I'm nearly out of the picture, so I'm going to have to do something quick. Okay. There we go. Woo-hoo! How much fun is that? Now, you can use a knife if you like, or a Japanese saw if you got it to hand. This colour, multi-tool, they're brilliant. You can do all sorts of things with them. Got to get all this out of the way. Okay. Get a knife. And you cut it off into whatever length you want your spag to be, so that's about a nice length there. Pop that over there. If you're making lasagna, these sheets, 6 sheets, will do a good lasagna. And I'll tell you what, once you have this, you'd never go back to store-bought spag. You saw how easy it is to make. I'll cut that one in half. That's it. Now, Bob's here. He's in for scraps. Now, I want linguine, which I like. So what we'll do, we'll start off with the linguine. And you just put it in there. So if you've got nothing else to do one day, make yourself a spaghetti tree. Well, do some spaghetti next. There we go. This is going to be spaghetti. But it's too thin for what I like, so that's why I don't use it very often. Hey Bob, you want some spag? He'll love this, you watch this, he'll love it. I love the way he chomps that in. I'll give it to him if it... There you go. Here you go, mate. Where are you? Where's your face? There you go. Yeah. He loves that. And it's all good and natural. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that bit. I'll do some ravioli a little bit later on. Oh, no, we might have a go now, I think. I just want to know if this roller's going to work. Where'd that other bit of stuff go? Where did I put it? What's that, Bob? Hey? The rats will find it tonight if I don't find it now. La-da-dee-dee. I don't know, where? Yeah, there you go. Whoever lost their hammer the other day because we were using it and they couldn't find it, I've just beaten you. I've lost some pasta and I can't find it. It'll turn up, I'm sure it will. Anyway, there you that's cooking with Steve. Now, where's me blinking mouse? Crikey, I can't find anything now. Oh, well, there's me mouse. At least I'm still in contact. Okay. How far back do we go? I'm going to go back 2 minutes. Ah. I said, mate, you just use what I'm going back to James. Great use of an axe. Good going. Well, there you go. You see, I've just a new tool for you, Angie. Yeah, I don't know if you could do what I did with spreading it out with the hand crank one. And I think the boys bought it from Aldi. Never been able to see one since. Yeah, you darling.
It is.
Oh, well, we just made spag. Oh, look at this. Have a look at the gods have smiled upon me. Oh, what's one better thing than having your own pasta? I'll show you. Having a mud cake to eat with it. What else you got?
Curry pie.
Oh, curry pie as well.
Compliments of John.
Oh, thanks, John. How'd you go? What did the doctor say? Everything all
pretty
good? Well, how'd your masks go?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can jump
now
the
I've gotta
queue
go
now.
buy more. Go
Buy
and make more.
There you go. And they love them.
I loved them,
That's
absolutely.
it. So your number one priority, you can ring up and say, oh, I think my thumbnail could be hurting me. Can you send Dr. Matt around?
Quite.
Guess who likes Dr. Matt? He's a good looking rooster too. He's what, is he 33?
Yeah.
He's about 7 foot
Young
8.
enough to be my kid.
7 foot 8.
Adopted. Yeah. Something
Oh,
like that.
there you go. I'm just going through this bit here. How's the pastures are cooked?
I don't know.
No, not pasta, bolognese.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you bring a bit down? We'll try the
Oh,
ravioli.
okay.
See if the roller works.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are the ingredients, Steve, mate? Flour, well, it depends. Sawdust, wood glue, veneer chips are optional. If you want the straight domestic type, it's just flour and eggs. Plain flour, whatever you reckon's a fair thing, and eggs. If you look at recipes, they'll tell you 3 eggs and 2 cups of flour. But quite frankly, I go by feel, as with everything, and if blasted fly. If you saw that, I put in 3 eggs, then I need another egg, then I put another egg, so that's 5 eggs, and then it got to be gooey, so I put a bit more flour. Just make it a few times and you'll work out what the right feel is. Good stuff, it is, really good stuff. Yeah, chocolate cake. Oh, where's oh, what's his Fluffy? What's his name? Inglacey. Oh, not the. I've forgotten his first name, but anyway, Fluffy. He loves chocolate cake. Gabrielle Inglacey. Yeah. Hey, Gabrielle, if you're watching, or from me, well, me and Bob. Bob can have what I drop. I might try a ravioli thing. We'll see how that goes. That curry pie. Oh, that is nice. And excuse me. I'm all sided now. Yeah, I would do that if I can find it. Where did I put the other dough, Bob? Have you eaten it? I wouldn't put it past you to eat it, you mongrel. Fair dinkum. That's the mystery. The mystery of 2020 is, Bob, where's the dough? Find the dough. Find the dough, boy. Go on. Not the dough boy, the dough boy. I don't know. Oh, there it is on the ground. Jeez, I tell you what, lucky Bob didn't find it. Well, we'll spin this out for a bit of ravioli just for fun. Oh, thanks, Chad. I got it, mate. I got it. I got him. Sue said better kiss. Well, if she wants to, she's more than welcome to. When you come out for woodworking lessons, Wes, bring her with you. Oh dear. All right. I really am. Not you. You have some more. You're gonna jump up for it. You're too fat to jump up, aren't you? Look at that. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There you go. Marvellous, isn't it? Remember you used to be able to jump high in the air before you got old and fat? I'm going to give this a try. I won't use that. I'll do this one by hand because I haven't tried this before. It's roughly half. She'll be right. Good enough. I don't care even though I get a couple of pillows out of it, I just want to see if it's going to work. And if it does, I'm happy. First eggs, then cake. It's all baking products. to cut the cake with a chisel. I don't think it'll need a chisel, but if you want, we can do that. We've got the technology. Okay. Look at that, my rolling pin works. I mean, I'm marginally impressed. Now, the idea of this is when I roll it, it should leave marks. Mechanised thing, we don't need that anymore. It should leave marks where I can put the filling. So here goes nothing. Oh, there you go, it does. Okay, so if Susie brings some filling down, we can try that. Yeah, no, he's getting a bit heavy and he's getting a bit old for jumping, but he used to be able to. He was pretty. Oh, here she comes, just on cue. We're gonna see if this ravioli thing works. You reckon his tail was wagging before? You should see it going now. This is awesome. Mum's bringing me food down. Okay.
And you thought this was just a woodwork show?
Yeah, I tell you, well, here's a spoon I haven't finished. Got a bit of glue on it. Oh, did you bring one down? Oh, you're a good lass, aren't you? All right, now, what we're going to try first is, where do the flies come from?
I don't know.
They're in for a feed, aren't they? They're in for a feed. Okay.
Annoying.
Here we go. The best way to make bolognese is to ask Susie to make it for you. And then we go, put a little bit there, a little bit there. I don't know how this is going to go. Might be a bit, perhaps we need a creamier mix like an Alfredo or something. Actually get some pal. That'll do, the squash. So did you see Emma, or who did you see?
No, I saw Paula. Who was the nurse I was talking to.
That's it. Susie Specials. Well, we'll just see how that goes. I've got no idea how it's going to go.
All you can do is try.
Hey, isn't that the truth? So we'll stick this over the top like that. Could be a horrible mess. The great thing about if you wreck something when you're cooking, you can still eat it, can't you?
Yeah.
All right, now that should be equidistant. No, we'll go from here. Here we go. This could work or it might not work. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I tell you what. Hey, that's all right, isn't it?
What did you do with the plastic wrap so the flies don't get on it, the rest of it?
They won't eat much. Here you go.
All right. I'm leaving.
Are you?
Before I go crook.
You don't go crook, do you? People don't think you ever go crook. All right, what have I got? I don't know.
Have fun.
Yeah, I'll be coming up soon.
Okay.
I will do. No, that's what we'll do. We'll take the blade out of that. I haven't got one of them wiggly things. I want to get one so I can get wiggly edges. Hey, look at that. Not the prettiest, but I tell you what, they're quite nice little pillows of ravioli. I'm going to cook those up. Hang on, where's the plate? Hey, Bob. Oh. La-dee-dum-bum, bum-ba-dum. I'm going to put these here. Bum, ba-dum, bum. And if you want, the best thing to clean these with, if you got it and it's that dirty, is one of those. Because they clean it all up. They're just the best thing. So if you haven't got a shop dog yet, you should get one. He thinks it's Christmas. Oh dear, I'm going to get shot when I go up to the house. Look at that. How thorough is that? You don't get that with a dishwashing machine. What do you reckon, Bob? Is it good? So, well, there you go. Actually, I am going to go up. I was going to cook some down here, but I can't get to because I've got a mess everywhere. So I might call an early finish. Oh, hang on. No, I've got to do that sharpening thing for Derek. So we'll do that. Yeah, multiculturalism. Trevor? Oh, dear, oh, dear. That was a bit of fun. Okay, where are we up to? Blasted flies? Go away. What's the time? Oh, am I that late? I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I tell you what, the first time I've tried it, I think I'll try it with something, maybe not meat, maybe an Alfredo sauce or something or other. So there it won't have any solid bits of meat, but it's all good. Yeah, no, the rolling pin, I had a crack at, there's just an idea. He's still going, look at that. There you go. I had an idea and I thought, I wonder if it'll work. So now it works. I might actually do a stream on how to make one of those, which is good fun. Yeah, and that's Blush Older. That's Blush Older from Northern Queensland, that one. Oh, really, Chad? Oh, dear. Remember, you've got to have a workshop first. Might be a brother from another mother, you reckon, Wes? Night, Julian. Catch you tomorrow, mate. No, you don't want handles on it because you want to roll it like that. A normal rolling pin like this, that's made out of coach wood. Use it like that. But these, it's much easier to roll it like that, I reckon. That has sort of got handles on it. But I want to make one that's 3 because then when I put the pasta through that machine, it's going to be 3 wide and what? What do you want more? Look at him. Please, sir, can I have some more? Is there any more? No, Bob, that's it. You finished it. That's it. Coachwood, yeah, well, that's what Cobb and Co used to make their coaches out of it. Hence why it's called Coachwood. Very resilient timber. Very nice too. And when you're working it, it just smells like caramel sauce, which is lovely. Oh, here you go. There's always a twist in the tale, James. I'll cut the cake with a chisel, just for you. You ready? Where are we? Because I know what you think I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something totally different. There you go. Cut with a paring chisel. Oh, we do aim to please here. Bob wants a bit now. He's not going to get it. Oh, that is so nice. Hang on. I got to do that. Yummo. No, you didn't share yours when I gave you that mat. You scoffed it all, so you're not getting any of this either. Got to say something about it. And then if you do that, never lick the chisel. Because you would end up very, very sore in the gob region. All right, let's do this is for Derek, who's not here at the moment, but I'm taking that up and eating that later on. In fact, for lunch. On a diet, Max. There's no way in the world you get that dog to go on a diet. Okay. Let's grab a bit of timber. What, mate? What's the matter? Get your bum off the mat. I'm going to have to wash it now. You've sat on it. You hadn't sat on it. I've got to put it away, but you've sat on it. I'm going to have to wash it. Okay, here's a bit of timber. We actually will put a squirt of water in the vise there. Now, normally, as I said before, if I was sharpening my spoke shaves, I would use the T8. This is a spoke shave that is sharp and working. So you get nice shavings off it. Here's one that's blunt and isn't working. So we'll touch this blade up. This is a record. Derek told me he has a Stanley, which is exactly the same as that. Only it's orange and black instead of blue. There's a Stanley one there, but that's a round sole. This is a flat sole. So, what we're going to do is just do it old school on a sanding block. Let me just move this food off of here. Yeah, you leave that pasta until it goes a little bit brittle and then cook it. And it is just yummo. Really is. Can't believe some of the things I get talked into doing. Okay. It's all good. Oh, who cares about deadlines? Nah, we're having fun. Well, I am anyway. Okay. You take it off. Now, this is an ordinary. If it hasn't got an edge on it, a decent bevel, then put one on. If all you've got is a hot grinder, use a hot grinder. I do mine at 25 degrees. And then I would use a coarse stone, but in this case I'm using a fine stone. These are just ordinary oil stones, nothing swish, nothing fancy. There we go, that's it there. Yeah, let's come around here so you can maybe see a bit better. There you go, nothing swish, nothing fancy. I have got some little brads in there that I put. The reason for that is I can put that on the bench, push down, and that won't move now. Your oil of your choice, I prefer kerosene. So just a little. I'm guessing, here we go, just a little squirt of kerosene on it, or if you prefer, I'll use this hand. And then you can use a jig, such as one like that, if you want. And I would do it at 25 degrees. And then you put a secondary bevel on it at 30 degrees. When I use the Tormek, I don't have a secondary bevel, I just use the straight degrees that I want. So bring it back. There you go. If you can actually show you this, because this is a neat little trick. When I push down on the blade, you should see the oil jump up. There'll be a dark line appear. Just when you go like that, you can just see a dark line coming up in front of the blade. That means you're right on the cutting edge. And now tilt it up just a fraction. To me, it'll be 5 degrees, so you'll hardly notice it, but you're taking the heel off the back of the stone, tip it up, and then with your body, you lean from the hips, you do that. You do not do that, because when you're doing that, you're actually changing the angle, exaggerated. When you bring it back, you change it, and you're rolling it, and you won't get a really good lasting edge. So bring it over, get it flat on your stone, pick it up a couple of degrees, and then with your body, you just roll backwards and forwards a few times until you get a burr. As soon as you feel that burr, I doubt if you might be able to see it, I don't know, and take that off. And then it should feel nice and flat underneath. If I could find the leather strop, I will strop it. If I can't, I won't strop it. There you go. Sorry, Bob. Now, in all the mayhem and chicanery, I can't find a strop. But that's all right. If you haven't got a leather strop, don't use it. If you have got a leather strop, give it a... Actually, I could do it on the back of my belt, couldn't I? There you go. There. How's that for improvising? I've got my belt out. So I'm just going to strop it a couple of times on the leather and on the back. Like that. Check it on the back of your fingernail, that's pretty cool. Put it back in. Bevel down. There, I like these ones with the adjusters on them. I don't like the ones without the adjusters. They're too hard to sort of use. A little bit of tension on the cap iron there. And then you just adjust it so you've got a hair's width of blade coming through the top. You just want to see it. I'll just try that. No, got to have a little bit more out. Get in there. There you go. And that's how easy it is to do a spoke shave. So there you go. Well, we've had some fun today. Well, I did anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different to normal. Don't worry about my schedule. No, it's all right. I'll just work through the night. Been fun. Have enjoyed it. It's nice to get a bit crazy now and again. I'm going back, what are we now, 47? Just going back a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'll make plaster with flour and oil. What sort of oil? I mean, I do happen to have. You can do it with canola oil, and I'd eat that. I'd do it with motor oil. I wouldn't eat that though. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. My TV's gone ta-das. There we go. It's just got to come on. Because I can't see what I'm looking at when the TV goes out. I've got a TV up there, I can see what's happening there, but I can't see what's happening here. And it's a very eclectic mix. I like that. Very eclectic mix. Thank you, Gregory. I'm gonna use that, plagiarise that. I love it. Like on the stones, I just use kerosene or lamp oil, depending, whatever. You can use sewing machine oil, that's a little bit thick. All the oil does really, it takes the swarf away. It gets rid of any of the metal that you've ground off. That's all it is. It doesn't help sharpen it. It removes the swarf so the stone can do its job. So you think it's helping sharpening, it's not. It's getting rid of the rubbish. I don't know. James goes, where's the cowhide? I most likely put it either. I've got no idea where it is. It's over there somewhere, I think. But yeah, look at that old dead dog on the floor. Where is he? He's out of feed. That's it. He's over it. No more. Yeah, I know, Bob. We're having fun at your expense. Won't take long to clean up. Any foodstuffs Bob will clean up. See you, Randy. Catch you tomorrow, mate. Well, there you go. Yeah, bone Veritas Evergreen. Look, I don't use any abrasives or polishing compounds on my leather. I just go straight to leather and it seems to work fine. Why oil and not water? Because it's an oil stone. That's about the size of it. From what I understand, you can use water on an oil stone, but don't use oil on a water stone. There you go. Water stones, they disappear very, very quickly. They wear quickly, but they sharpen quickly. Oh, I will, Brian, as soon as I get up to the shed. So anyway, that's it. I hope you learned some woodworking anyway. How to fit hinges, how to trim up veneer on the inside of boxes, how to sharpen a spoke shave, We did another oil on the frame. We didn't put the bases together. We'll do that tomorrow. And so a little bit more sedentary tomorrow. And hopefully I'll have some more work done. So anyway, that's it. Hope you had fun. Hit the subscribe button, please, if you haven't already, because that would really make me feel happy. I thank you for your company. Thanks for the mods for doing a great job. Thank you for everyone for being so well behaved and contributing. Those that are watching that haven't joined in the chat room, please hop in tomorrow, because I'm doing this every day for as long as this lasts, or as long as God gives me the breath, the energy and the willpower to do it. And believe me, you people out there make it far easier for me, because the energy I get is just amazing. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down and saying thank you, and Susie too, she's loving it as well. Thank you one and all, and I'm pulling the shed door down and saying remember to keep it sharp, and more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself, be kind and considerate of others. May your God keep you and guide you on your way. And I look forward to having you at the built workbench in the workshop at the same time tomorrow. Till then, take care. Goodbye.